not like he's going to put a ring on his finger and all of a sudden become a different person or a different version of himself. He's just going to have the ring on his finger and still be a man who didn't want to be married to begin with.
Do not get married because you're in love with someone. You have to be in love with marriage if you're going to get married. A man says to a woman, I'm not the marrying type. I never really thought of marriage. I don't like the idea so much. But you are incredible. You I would marry. Terrible idea. And unfair. The entire weight of the relationship is on her. She has to be incredible every day. Otherwise, he has no interest in being married.
I love everything that this man had to say, okay? And this is one of the reasons why I'm just genuinely one of those people that once it's positive, like a positive message being spread, or once it's positive information that's going out there, I don't care what walk of life you live, what your religious background is, like positivity is positivity and truth is truth, no matter who it comes from. That can't change. And everything that this man had to say was spot on. And I think a lot of women need to hear this. You know, there's so many times that women get into relationships and maybe the guy that they were with was somewhat of like, you know, kind of like a bachelor, you know, had mad girls, like, you know, was always dating around or whatever the case is. And, you know, you get with him and he's like, I never wanted to be married, but I got with you and maybe, you know, you have changed my mind, or maybe now I want to change for you. And now I want to do this for you because I know that this marriage is something that you actually want. So I'm willing to give you what you want because you're providing me with the things that I want. And so I'm down to change for you. Well, unfortunately, as this gentleman said, you are going to have to be that exact person, that exact representation of yourself at all times for him to be satisfied in the relationship. And if we're going to be really honest, that's where resentment comes in, because the minute that person is no longer, the woman is no longer satisfying this man in the way that he thought, or, you know, doing everything that he wanted, or, you know, she's kind of changing a little bit. Maybe she's growing, you know, maybe she's evolving, you know, differently than the person that she was. The minute that she starts to change, everything is going to go downhill, right? Because this man was never, you know, he never had it in his mind that, oh, one day I want to have a wife with kids and a picket fence and stuff like that. He never had that mentality, right? He had the mentality of, I'm just going to experience all women belong to me. This is my lifestyle. And so this is what I'm going to continue for all the days of my life. You came along, seemed like a good fit, and he decided, well, only because she's like this, I'll do this for her. But it's not something that he genuinely wants to do on his own merit. And so you are going to have to be perfect every single day, right? When you're in a relationship with this person, and this goes to what I always say, this goes into the same thing. You have to know your partner. You have to know your man. What kind of man he is, how his mind is made up, and the things that he generally wants, right? Because there's a lot of men out there who are marriage minded. There's a lot of men that grow up and say, I want a wife, I want kids, I want this. And that person, that man is somebody who's in love with marriage. The idea of marriage, everything that it represents, he wants to be married. But when you're entering into a relationship with someone who's never wanted that, but because you want that and they want to give that to you, it's going to be unbalanced all the time. And you are going to be carrying the weight of the entire relationship. You absolutely are. There's no way around it. Because as much as, you know, he's doing it for you because you're providing him for something, it's really hard for that to maintain. It's not like he's going to put a ring on his finger and all of a sudden become a different person or a different version of himself. He's just going to have the ring on his finger and still be a man who didn't want to be married to begin with. He's going to have the ring on his finger and still be the man that has that bachelor mindset inside of him. And so if things go wrong in the relationship, he's going to run the other direction. And worse, if you guys are married, right, it's going to cause even more of an issue because I chose to marry you. I didn't even want this. I only wanted this because of you. And now you're making me unhappy. So what am I going to do? I have to revert all the way back to my bachelor ways, because that's the only way I'm going to feel good inside, because I never even wanted this type of lifestyle. I used to laugh at guys like this. You know, this is the mentality of that man. If you start asking for more, if you start requiring more than you required in the relationship, you're going to have problems. The only way that you're not going to have problems, again, is if you know your man. Right? If you know your man, and if who you are is just exactly who you are, and that doesn't change. We understand like natural ebbs and flows in the relationship, but the only way it's going to mesh well in this type of situation is if you just resonate at the same exact level all the time. Right? If your respect level doesn't change, if your image doesn't change, like your body image, your physical image doesn't change, if your intimacy drive doesn't change, if none of that stuff changes and you stay the same, you might not have an issue, because it's going to be on who you naturally are. Right? But when the going gets tough and he sees more and more of what you're made of, if that starts to differentiate, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just a little bit of change, he's going to be thinking twice. Wait, because I only wanted this because of you. So now do I want this? Wait, hold on. You're scaring me because this is a different version that I signed up for. I agree. I think that to be, you know, for lack of better words, equally yoked, you'll have to be two people that have the same beliefs, standards, mind frame, and you have to want the same things out of the relationship. Just like some people are in transactional relationships, you know, he has money, she looks good, and they know what they're in a relationship for, and they make it work because they're on the same page. Right? Two people who are connected to the purpose. He's connected to the purpose. She's connected to the greater purpose. And so they make it work because of the purpose. It's more than looks. It's more than love. It's more than finance. It's the purpose that they're driven towards. And then you have people who are just connected to, I want to be married and you want to be married. And we both want to be married and we want to have a loving relationship and raise a family together because we love the idea of marriage. Those two people have to be on the same page. You can't make somebody who's in a transactional relationship with somebody who loves marriage and loves the idea of marriage and think that it's going to be balanced, because at some point things are going to break because the foundation is not firm, right? Because they're not on the same page. So you have to be on the same page. And the reason why I'm saying women have to know their man is because a lot of women are unfortunately naive. They will go and go and go. They will date this man for a long time. They will do this and do that. And every day they're trying to prove who they are. Every day they're trying to prove to this man, you can pick me. You can choose me. You can marry me. You can. And they don't realize that from the beginning of the relationship, this man has always revealed to you what his ideas, his thoughts, and his plans were. And you just thought over time that you could change him, or that you could change that, and that one day maybe you'll be good enough for that. And unfortunately, that's not true, because men are not usually double-minded. Usually what they are and what they think they are and what they say they are is what they are. Right? So it's just important to have the same foundation. It's important to know each other, because otherwise, as he said, the weight of the entire relationship is going to be on her. Then she's going to be crying and complaining, and it's like, but you wanted this. He did this for you to satisfy your wants and your desires, but these are not his wants or his desires. Not only is it unfair to her, but it's also unfair to him, right? Because he doesn't want to lose you. He doesn't want to, be without you in a relationship. He absolutely loves you, but he just doesn't want to do that, right? He doesn't want to be married. He's just never desired that. He's never wanted to do that. And for him to be able to keep you, it is making him change something about himself as well. So it's an unbalance, right? It's completely unbalanced for both. It's unfair to her to carry the entire weight, and it's unfair to him to change who he is to be with you. So it's not a good fit. It's not a good fit. You have to know each other inside and out, and you have to know, again, the background, know each other deeply, and know each other's desires. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.